Good evening, Internet. It is currently 9:30 p.m. on this lovely Monday evening. If you know anything about me, and if you know anything about the behind the scenes of this channel, I should not be recording right now. And there was also no video this morning. And the way that I've been recording these videos recently has been very sporadic and very inconsistent. Here, let me load into a quick warm up before I get going. Okay, let me just give me a second. Okay, well, the method of recording and the time I've been recording has been very inconsistent recently, and there's a very simple reason for that. I've moved houses. I've moved houses, and I've been moving over the last weekend, and the reason why there was no video this morning was because I ran out of videos to upload. Something really big just fell in my room. Everything is still very messy. Hi, Marco. Everything's still very messy in here, and I don't quite have everything situated. I'm also very rusty. I haven't played Wii Sports in like a week. That's right. You've all been bamboozled. I haven't been practicing. I haven't been playing this whole time. I've been pre-recording videos. And I ran out of videos to upload. So that's the reason why there was no video this morning. But don't worry, because there will be a video tomorrow morning. Because I finally got my setup back. And I finally got the Wii set back up. And I'm finally ready to go. It sounds very echoey in my room. Because I haven't had a chance to work on the acoustics. And I don't know if that's going to come through on the recording or not. I have no idea. And now it's super late at night, and all of my roommates are trying to sleep, and I'm trying to do kind of another ASMR episode where I'm trying my best not to wake anybody up. That was out of the park. Freaking sweet. Freaking sweet. But I'm trying not to wake anybody up, and I'm trying to give everybody a peaceful night of rest because I also just started my new job. Me and all my roommates have a morning shift, and we gotta go in early tomorrow morning to get to work. And I am staying up late playing Wii Sports, as I usually do. Nothing's really changed for me. But I don't want to I don't want to put my bad habits onto them. You know what I mean? I don't want to mess up what they have going just because I have something that I do a little bit differently. Well, no platinum medal for us today. Who am I up against? Catherine? Okay. We got the team back together. Oh, it's been a little bit. It's been a little bit for sure. For sure, it's been a little bit. Kind of forgotten how to do commentary on these videos too. Things are moving very fast here. This whole moving process has taught me a lot about stuff that I feel like I should have known the whole time, but I really just didn't. Everything in life is very expensive. And I don't think that's a surprise to anybody. Hold on, let me lock in for a second. This is a difficult picture. Everything in life is very expensive. And I don't think that comes as a surprise to anybody. But I don't think people realize how much spending they can cut just by, like, cutting out some simple stuff. You know? Like, I've been very conscious about how much I've been eating out recently. Like, eating out. And it's been a lot, okay? But I haven't really had a chance to adjust myself to living in this place. There's a great whiff from MatPat there. I'm really glad that happened. But I haven't had time to, like, meal prep or, like, cook for myself, like, buy groceries or anything. I've kind of been focused on, like, the actual moving in of my stuff. And that moving in has been a very long and complex process. Somebody catch anything? Any of these? Any of these. I'll take anything. Truly, I'll take anything. This is gonna be a home run, isn't it? I've already accepted the RNG nature of this game. The more and more I learn about it, the more and more I realize that truly nothing in this game is up to skill. This is a game of chance. I've learned some other very, like, just simple, general things too, though, that I feel like a lot of people would benefit from knowing before they get into stuff like this. Like, there's a lot of documentation on your personal life if you're an American citizen, which I'm an American citizen. I know I have a lot of, like, a few international viewers and whatnot. But if you're an American citizen, there's a lot of documentation on, can you run to the ball? Oh my gosh! I'm not gonna get rage baited by my team tonight. That's crazy. There's a lot of things that you should have stored somewhere at all times. Apparently your birth certificate is a very important thing to have. Which, to some people, that might sound obvious. Like, oh, of course it's important to have your birth certificate. How everybody knows that. Not everybody does know that. Alright, Tim? Alright, Tim? Just stop typing your comment, Tim. Not everybody knows stuff like that. Hold on. Julia's gonna hit a home run for a second. Told you. Told you it was gonna happen. She's my star player. She's my star player after all. Nobody does it like her. MVP. But yeah, apparently just like being present in the room is not enough to prove that you're alive and like who you say you are. Which is fair. There's a lot of like fraud and stuff that comes from just lying about who you are. There's not really that sense of trust with anybody anymore, which is kind of sad, but it's just the way things go at the end of the day, you know? Your employer can't really be bothered to trust you, or, you know, it's kind of like a liability to trust you, really, if anything. That's just kind of business 101 from what I've seen, which, like I said, is unfortunate, but it makes sense. Also, car repairs should always be accounted for in your budget, in your personal budget. Just always remember that it happens. Like, you're gonna have to fix your car eventually. It's gonna break down, something bad's gonna happen to it. And if you can't cover that, if you can't pay to cover that, please tell me that's a home run. Don't play with my feelings. The kind of pitching that's going on is wild to me. The amount of absurd pitches that are happening here is scary. Another thing that's very important is to manage your time properly. A lot of people don't pay enough attention to how much time they're spending on a certain task. There's only 24 hours in a day, and you're supposed to spend 8 of them sleeping, which I don't do that, but that's a piece of advice that you should not take from me. You should be getting at least 8 hours of sleep every night, and, you know, you probably spend at least an hour every day just, like, eating food. And that has to be taken into account as well. What is this? Look at my card! If you're gonna have plans, if you're gonna make a lot of plans throughout the day, then just make sure that you have enough time to do them. I'm sure a schedule helps. I don't have one of those. It's probably something I should have, but I don't. Oh, cool. Sick, Mandy. That was sick. That was really awesome. I'm glad that you did that. One of the biggest things that's like really difficult when you go out on your own and become an adult or whatever is having fun. Just like taking time to yourself to have fun instead of just being stressed out and tired all the time, which I feel like I do a pretty good job with. I have a lot of fun. Maybe too much sometimes. Maybe a little bit too much fun sometimes. But there's nothing wrong with having fun. And I think it's always better to have too much fun than too little fun. So whatever you're doing in your life, if you find yourself having less fun than the amount of time that you're spending not having fun, just do something else. I'm gonna be honest. Oh, I love that you did that, Julia. I love that you did that. I only have a little bit of time left before this video is over. So the last thing I guess I'll mention is pick your roommates wisely. I'm very lucky to be living with literally some of my favorite people in the world, and they're not gonna care if I stay up until 11 o'clock or however late I'm gonna be making and editing these videos. If you don't know someone very well, the roommate situation is probably just not gonna work out. My dad told me a story about how he got freaking robbed by his first roommate, took like $400 from him or something, which my dad's old, so that was probably a really lot for him back then. Just remember, kids, whatever you do in life, make sure you're well informed. Make sure you know what you're talking about when you're talking about it. And don't be a dummy. Thanks. Skill point check. I'll see y'all in the next video.